Hello, anybody willing to listen to my bullshit? Oh, turn that shit down. It's much more interesting. Hello. You know, it's funny. I thought you were mentioning this bolt, not this bolt. This bolt is used for prepping cases. You run all the way through both sides, and then with a drill and back to make sure there's nothing in the threads. And then if it gets sticky, hit it with heat. And this is a broken outer case. You know, nubby, brokey. So there's another problem. And here's a particular problem a lot of people don't come across. This won't come out. Why? Because a pin broke on this drive. And it monkeyed up the hole around the outside of it. So to get it to come out, you gotta put in a little effort. This is one way I do it. Unless you got a drill that'll fit this out drive, which would make life easier. You know, I probably do, but I'm going to get it and go get it. Just wrap that thing with some, emery cloth. I had this working earlier. I'm trying to figure out how I did it now. There we go. Just try and keep it straight because these teeth will cut your cuticles. It's getting better. It's not quite out far enough to hit it with a file, but it might be worth a try. If I can find my micro file. There it is. Yeah, these are bastard when they do happen. So just, well, maybe actually. And of course, it's going to have to be polished with emery cloth once it's out of the hole, too. Yeah, you definitely feel that chunk there. Getting there. Mm-hmm. Really bad right there at the bottom. It's definitely where the pin was. There's the pin, part of it anyway. Came out in 3 pieces. Yeah, it's still 2. Right there, too. So, sorry to be so boring up front with this bullshit. Mike, what up, buddy? See what I'm up against? When you break a pin on your out drive and it screws up the out drive and you can't get the damn thing out of the hole. So I'm trying to clean up that little nibble that was put on there. And I'm getting semi-successful at it. Not as much as I would like to be, of course. But I have my ways. It's 3-man jam band thing I got going on over here. I don't know what the hell I'm doing there. I'm just trying something. But you get that to actually push on it. Oh, damn near did it. This is pretty wacky, but I'm going to have to make a rig for this. One more hand, dude, and I have it. Yeah, it's good enough. It's still pretty chewy, but that's after filing for quite a while, believe it or not. Yeah. So it's gonna get as refixed as it can. Kind of hard when that's all I got. All right, I'm gonna have to get a different chuck size. I mean, shit, I got my drill press out there if I need it, but all right, so that's gonna have to be done. Let's get some of this crap out of here. Well, I need that. And let's get all the parts together. We're gonna need to put this diff in. And of course, I have this brilliant selection now of extra pinions. I had no idea where my dunk tank stuff. So, all right. We'll see what kind of matchup we can make playing the pinion match game on a fresh setup. So, all right. This gasket seems good enough for use, I believe. Of course, we don't have everything sitting out here. We do need a couple more parts. And gotta fix this when we use it. Or we can just get two decent old school ones and stick with those, which I'd rather do anyway. This one needs some fixing. What else is new? Quite. It's close enough. Boring shit. Assembling diffs. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, so there's that. That is not a drive pin. When you check drive pins, put them through an out drive, put it in the back of the ground gear. Should fit perfectly snug with no room on either side of it. And it should go into where you're flush on top. That's how you know you got the right pin. If it doesn't do that, it ain't the right pin. Because there are other pins out there that look like the right pin, but aren't quite the right pin, like this guy here. So you stick that in there. You got a gap on each side. It's above flush. That's how you know you got the wrong stuff. So take it from a guy who's blown up a lot of gears. They do mean a lot. And I used to have a way bigger collection of stuff than this. Actually, wait, I think we do have 8 screws. We're good there. So we don't need anything out of here. Get stuff out of here. We need crown gear. We need a spider gear or 2. We need 2 cross pins. We need a diff pin. Make sure it's, damn it, right one. Yeah. Nice and stiff the way they're supposed to be. Oh, there we go. So, all right, 2 crown gears, 4 spiders, 4 plates, 5. 2 cross pins. Might want to see if they're straight. I have found some of these to be bent. Just saying. Yeah. All right. And this is the right case. Yeah. So we need a gasket. We need a seal or 2. All right. Come here. Oh, that is, yeah. It's kind of beat. Well, should wait for this one to come back down to normal size. That's what happens when you soak them in gasoline and explode. They swell up like, what's your name after prom? Oh! Alright, while we're in here, let's check all these extra wires back in. And we don't need case back in, extra case. Hold on to those until we're down there. This didn't go in there anyway. That's it. All right. Step one. The only way to do this properly. This has to be followed religiously. Get a little grease. Get your first assembly together. Get your pinion gear or your ring gear. I mean, a little grease in there. Just a touch. Go with whatever shim you're going to go with, a medium, a big. I usually like to try a medium. By medium big, I'm talking about the shim pack that comes from M2C. They give you 4 different sizes, so a medium could be either one medium or their other medium. And then from there, obviously large and thin. Now let's go with thin and super thin. So either put a thin or a medium behind the bearing. Get your out drive in there. Get your seal in there. Get your big guy. Your little guy. Standard EXP setup. Dry pin. Now, let's see, once I got this in, this is another place I differ from everybody else. Is, first of all, yes, there's no LSDs, but there's more to it than that. I'm going to bring this down here, maybe you guys get a little better view of what I'm doing. Actually, there's another part I need out of here. Hopefully, if I have any. Yes, I do. Good. So, you run LSDs, or you cannot. And if you don't, well, you're going to be replacing or your LSD freaking plates with these thick washers. Problem with these is that they don't have any grooves in them for lubrication. So that means you're going to end up eating through that thin little washer you just stuck behind it eventually. So I cut grooves in them like so in order to carry the grease and hold it in there so nothing runs dry. All right, so you're going to do that. You put on your gasket. And you're going to bolt this to the case right now. No lubrication on the bolts or anywhere near the bolts or the holes or anything like that. You don't want any lube anywhere near those. Clean bolts. These just came out of gasoline. Red Loctite. Put them in a hole. Lock them down. This is crucial. After this step, you do whatever you want. But if you don't do this first, you risk contaminating the bolts and the holes and that Loctite not working. And when these screws come loose is when you ruin your crown gears or possibly your pinion or both. Number one failure, screws coming loose. Unless you got plastic everything, that might be flex, but I think you could probably shim the flex out of those if you wanted to. So there you go, a tiny bit of assembly lube just to keep things from going metal on metal. Crank these little suckers down. Go around like you would doing a torque spec. Just make sure they're all the same. And there you go. Most important part. Now, after that, everything's easy, really. There's nothing too crazy I do. I do like to try them out dry before I put them fully together. So I like to see what the spiders feel like if they're, meshing the way I want them to mesh. Sometimes there's a little bit of play in there, which is a good place to use that stupid shim that arrma said to shim your rear diff end play with. That little piece of pressed out aluminum foil or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, that thing. You put that between your crown gear and your... I could have swore I had 2 more of those up here. How did they just go? Right. And if you really want some quality control, if you're using any used components, definitely give them a good look down. I just went through just about everything in this box, so I know there's nothing that's got worn out teeth or chipped teeth or anything in there. So I'm not terribly worried about it. But definitely should be checking stuff like that. Not to mention, if you actually quality check it right when you're building it, you're going to feel any problems with teeth. So that you just sit just like so. Put your notches up on your little card pieces that go behind the spiders there, whatever you want. Little doodads. So we're going to get this side together. And like I said, this is just a dry fit run, just to check everything else before I lube her up. So there's another brand new bearing. Preferably. Nothing wrong with my recycled ones, but when you can go new, why not? There's that. Another big guy. You can actually take that back off, turn it over, so we use that grease we already got on it. Just that tiny little smattering really is all you need. Just enough to keep it lubricated before the real stuff gets to it. Or the silicone seeps into your crap, you know. Anyway. Alright, so nice and flush there, like I said. I don't know why I got the extra bearings in there. Nothing's got a dent in it. That might be one of the old ones, actually, I think. So I'm going to try to line up those holes and do a little turn, make sure everything's meshing. Feels a bit notchy right now, so let's see here in a second if something's binding up on it. Would have caught it. And sometimes those pins don't go all the way down, but as long as you check to make sure they will, you'll be all right. It's a tight fit. Yeah, see, that's locked right now. That's not okay. Something's definitely not working there. What in the hell? Okay. That's really, really buzzy. I was thinking we got like a bad gear, maybe. Maybe just one's worn a lot more. Good thing I checked. Like I said, when you're using used stuff. But apparently I didn't check to see if everything was on the same planet of spec. Alright, this thing's... It's alright. There's no flat spots to it. This guy's not quite all the way down. Let's see here. There's something here to push this down with. Sorry, Brody. There we go. Yeah, like I said, they can get pretty tight. That's why, like I said, cut the grooves for lubrication. Let's see if we can get lucky here. Get this all back in. Probably not. All right. There we go. I'm just going to line up the... Well, there we go. Center shafts are all lined up. All right. The other gear looks okay too, so I'm guessing that was just our problem there, is that since this wasn't all the way down. Oh yeah, there we go. So that would have remedied itself in the car, but you don't want to risk that. That's why I definitely like to feel them before I put them in. So while we got it like this, let's just go ahead and throw 2 screws in it. Let's get our pinion mesh going on, and just in case we have to change the mesh on the back of the ring gear, because if we do, it's a lot better to not have it lubricated than it is. Yeah, you end up screwing the whole thing up because you contaminate your stuff when you have to redo it because you picked the wrong pinion or the wrong shim or whatever the hell. Like I said, usually like a Not a thick, but a medium. 1v4, thin and super thin. So, all right. Obviously, yeah, that's a tight fit right off the bat. That does not want to do it. Probably should have gone to smaller shim on the ring gear. Down to it. That is, that's got some play. I'm gonna check it in multiple spots. There's a little dirt in there getting chucked around. Something came down at the bottom of the tooth. That's not terrible. There's actually a little bit of room. Now, plastic cases, you can put a pretty heavy push in them like that. Like overload on the shim, because they'll bow out a little bit and they'll like it. You know when you've gone too far when you try to turn it and you feel the bearings, like the balls feel like they're notchy. Like if it's side loading that bearing that bad, it's going to blow it out really quick. But if it's all smooth and happy, I mean, who am I to tell you it's not going to work? Because that's probably the way I'm going to do this one. I really like this. In fact, I think with the case on it, which I'm just going to do a quick temp fit with 2 screws, I'll bet it'll be perfect mesh. Your mesh is always going to tighten up slightly when you put your screws in. Just so you know. I don't want to take too damn long on this, so. Since we got to take it back apart. Cool. Right, so that is 0. Damn near. It's got a tight spot, but it'll eat its way through it. And it's just a little, probably a bent tooth there. That's just going to cause a little hang up for a little bit. But I don't expect the used diff to last more than like a year, or even, I don't know, maybe 10, 20 battery packs. Depends on what you're doing with it. And I can tell you, being in the front of a stunt truck is probably one of the most hostile environments you can put a differential in, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, we forgot to get a diff cup out of there. Oh, here's the one that was on it. Well, this one, fuck it. Looks like hell, but it needs a new set screw. Screw me, screw you, screw us for always. I don't know where the hell that fucking came from. Logan's losing shit tonight at 11. Big fucking screw. They say about mother effers with big ass set screws. We got big ass wrenches too. Okay, maybe that actually fit the damn thing. Yeah, that's kind of funny. It's actually a different thread pitch. I have set screws in here with different thread pitches. Yeah, that was definitely a different fucking thread pitch. That's freaking wild, man. Where the hell did that come from? Alright, well, whatever. I already got some out, don't I? You shall shim in the front. You mean the front of the bearing? Yeah, fuck that piece of tinfoil. Those things are absolute joke. I don't know what the hell they were smoking when they decided to do that. I mean, that's just really some dumb shit. Like, here, yeah, you're going to shim your diff. Like, no, you're not going to shim your diff. You can't even take the play out of it because you got to put it in with those stupid ass bullshit cups or bullshit things. I even used to shave down the edges of my boxes just where that ridge is, just kind of bevel it so that you could get them in easier. It was still a freaking nightmare. There's no way to do it right. that was just bad engineering in some. But I guess they didn't want to have you go through the painstaking process of reshimming if you're off with mine, with my setup. I mean, that's why it's good to get it right the first time, but it doesn't always work out that way now, does it? All right, so let's see here. Let me take these. Still not been seen by bullshit screws. Stick them in the hole, I think. Try that out as another line of defense against contamination. Boy, that one's trying to do a little cross-eyed shit on me there. It's like, I'm going to go this way. No, you're fucking not. What have you been smoking? Alright, so what is this? Front diff of the stunt track, huh? Thinking 500. I think the last time I did like something stupid. Like, what did I do? Something with the earplug. Alright. There we go. Oh, let's see. Fluids. Yes. Here we are. Let's see. I guess I should raise this up a little bit. Let's see. What's going on here? I'm just going to get that out of here. That's somehow get that damn thing out of there. That's like busted up too. Yeah, screw it. Chuck that damn thing. Are these clean? That one is. They're both not. Okay, pretty much. I was gonna say that one is not. Yeah, I didn't like totally F that up, even though it seemed like it. I don't know you guys, but if you get these axle shims or diff shims that get like a concave or a convex to them from usually being on a pinion and getting a real hard push in its life, excuse me, I'd hold on to them because you can use them in certain places where you need a little bit of spring action, like maybe if you don't want to overdo a hub, you know. Same thing goes for shimming hubs that I mentioned about shimming diffs, by the way, in plastic cases, or even hubs and aluminum hubs. If you over shim them, you're going to feel the bearing. You're going to start feeling it's going to get notchy and like real tight. So that's when you back it down. Rather have a little bit of play in it than have it too tight, because side loading ball bearings does not work. They're not thrust washers. They don't act like it. They don't like being in that position, so don't do it to them. That's all there is to it, really. Oh, look at that. The thing actually came back down to size. Funny. Yeah, no, that goes in the EXP bullshit. And he's going here now, too. That. I just put all my shit away last night, so I'm trying to keep this straight. Yeah, it does. Which is also what makes it so painstakingly like long of a process. And that's what I hate about it, because the average person can't withstand that long a time being in any kind of thought whatsoever. So I think that's kind of killing like the possibility of it going widespread. If you get my drift, is that people just go, wait, this is more than 8 seconds. Ooh, shiny. Yeah, that's kind of the average American these days. It's so not new. Didn't I pull some for this shit? I thought I did. Maybe not. Fuck. Alright, well. That's not one. That's a stupid other bullshit. Okay, fuck it. We'll make this work. Anything else going here? Yeah, quick sweeper you did. Shock parts. Washers, right? Oof. Alright. Fuck is that? Oh, fucking AC. I just kept funny how much shit you can hear when everything's turned off. Oh, there's that other fucking gear. Oh, shit. Everybody get a good view of the scars on my head. Oh, yes, they're plentiful. If you close your eyes, you can see a picture. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Um, it's why you don't run the gate at a ranch party if you don't even know whose party it is. You just happen to be there, and you know the guy who's running the gate, and he's got to take a dump. So, well, yeah, I'll stand here and collect money from people I don't know for shit I don't know about, and get my ass kicked for my troubles. That's fucking great. Yeah, but whatever. I just remembered I usually put fluid in after I've got the, or before I put the gears in, the spiders and whatnot. This is the fun part, trying to. Right, come here. Snot festival. E. Come on, go that way. There we go. Yeah. So, snot wrangling 101. It's not that difficult, but it is. All right, shut the hell up. Okay. I wonder if I should upgrade this box prematurely in order to keep it together. Some longer fucking bolts on it. I don't think that's a bad idea. Not my usual MO, but in this case, I really need to get some fucking aluminum cases to get my shit together, but it's not in the budget at the moment, buddy. Probably won't be for a minute. Not the way shit's going. Not a big fan of being in debt. To anybody. Or anything. Well, I might be off the hook for a couple of holes, but I don't think we have the right ammunition here for good work. There's a couple. Oh. Yeah. Just don't have the fucking hardware. These are too long or too short. Well, that's fine. We'll just do the lower bolts because they're usually the ones that pop out the easiest, I think, in my experience. There it is. There we go. That should help hold that fucker together. Yeah, it really does. Because it's not hard to do. It's easy to screw up though. And now I gotta make this fluid kind of sit down some so I can actually get bolts out without, pulling any fluid out of it. Or getting any fluid in my holes. Oh, shit bag. I guess I overdid it a little bit. Boogie Boogie to the rescue. Now I know for a fact this is going to suck because it's not going to have enough fluid in it. But we'll see what happens. Right, I should probably move this over a little since I'm kind of migrating my way this way. Sorry about that. So, yeah, looks like some of these have a little touch of the on them. So, off. All right. Yeah, there's some schmutz there. I can see it. But it's not in the hole per se. But what do you do? All right. Now, I'm going to sit for a second and see if it runs off because I need to have something in the background to fucking listen to. I'm going to lose my shit. Yeah, and people will probably say, like, well, Arma would have done it perfectly the first time. You never worked on cars for a living, have you? Right. Damn it. Yes. Okay. I'm not going to talk about that. Well, hi, Brody. Welcome back. Where the hell you been? Oh, all right. Good talk, Brody. I don't know if you guys have this commercial up there. We have this commercial that has this redheaded lady going to a pet food store. She's looking around for food and like this magical cartoon doctor appears and starts giving her advice on dog food. She's like, "Why is all the food so bad? Why are you taking mushrooms and going fucking pet food shopping, lady? Like, that's probably not your best course of action." You know, if I see a lady talking to an imaginary doctor in the freaking or a veterinarian in the pet food aisle, I'm definitely calling somebody. I mean, not the cops, but okay, bro, you might want to check this out. I've heard after that, it's when they start eating faces. All right, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get these screws in here and get some Loctite on them before we start pulling it together to prevent fluid squeeze from contaminating my bolts. But the good thing is, if it does come apart, it's going to come apart on the side, and it's not really going to hurt your mesh, and you probably won't even know it. I've never had bolts backing out of this side do anything. Ooh, that might be a little stripped. That might be why there was a long bolt in this case. Okay, so let's put some with some threads in there, maybe. You got to strip bolt in the hole, and it won't come out because it's just spinning. Try to push it sideways so it'll grab enough thread to come out. Well, we got a nice short one on the other side. All right, back to what we were doing. Okay, looks like we're lined up. Ooh, we might not be. Okay. Wait a minute. Especially when your cross pin's not lined up in the back of your crown gear when you put it together. I mean, it's a scary proposition because you can't get this thing almost all the way tight without that being lined up, and it will screw your stuff up pretty good. That feels nice and smooth. A little bit of flay on the end, but what are you gonna do? Everything's in there properly. Honestly, it's not worth taking apart and shimming. So, yeah, off. All right. So there's our completed differential. And in the case, go. Yeah, it's possible to seat it fully when it's that tight, but only if you work on cars for a living or do something else that is very demanding of your hands being extremely strong, or that makes your hands strong by repetitive motion. Who? That's Facebook. What do you want, Facebook? I'm busy, 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 busy. I don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Okay. Oh shit. Doing something. Uh, so, oops, where are we? Yep. Where's the other one? That's not the other one. Stupid. What's wrong with you, Brody? It's okay, buddy. You're fine. Good boy. How you doing? That's being a dog today. Better than being a person. Alright, let's get this sucker locked in. Alright, our threads are probably not so easy to strip and pull out. Alright. Hey. 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 It's got a little wiggle woggle to it, but it's made out of used parts. You're not going to get much better now. Alright, Brody? Brody says, fuck it, I don't care. It says, get done with your stupid car shit and go throw my ball. Last time I checked, you were throwing your own ball earlier, didn't you? It's funny shit, but alright, so I don't know, do I need sleeves on those? Yeah, I think I pulled the sleeves out on them. Shit. Alright. So we gotta cut at least one. I'm guessing that pin's got a little bit of a bend to it, which is why it doesn't want to come out of that sleeve. So I don't know, we'll see. What's wrong with you, Brody? What's your problem, huh? What's your deal? Why are you being a monkey? You wanna go outside and hang out with mama? That pin is fucked up. More fucked up than I thought. Alright. I swore I pulled some pins from the show last night. Alright, I'm gonna need a short intermission, bro, because I gotta go find well, I gotta take the dog inside because he's just gonna be a bastard. And I gotta either straighten or find some straight freaking pins. Yeah, this one's got a wang in it too. Alright. Could have swore I pulled some pins last night. Alright, dude, I'll be right back. Don't forget to remind me about the mic. might have some problems. Shit, actually, what time is it? No, too late. We're in the hobby shop. We'll go tomorrow, but yeah, it's on both ends. Hockey sticks. This one's one of yours, I believe. It's got a little tweak in it a little bit. Yeah, John. What's up? What up? Not too bad, man. I'm live on YouTube right now. Yeah. Say what? You want me to call you when I get done? Wait, run that by me again? Yeah, no, I can tell you how to do that real quick. So, right, so you get them nice and full of fluid, right? And you get them bled, work all the bubbles out. And then you put the cap on without the screw. And you put it about 80% up the travel of the shock. And then you should have fluid coming out by then. And if you do, then put the screw in. That's it. That's all there is to it, buddy. That easy. Not a problem anytime, buddy. Later on. See, I'm not that big of a prick. I should help people out and stuff. Everybody thinks I'm such a fucking asshole. Everybody purple hair's a dick. Fuck you. Fuck are you? Alright. So we have two workable axles, or shafts, I suppose. I'm just going to clean it out. I always recommend you polish your shaft. And girls, if you have free time, help your husband polish his shaft. Or husband, boyfriend, help him polish his shaft. Or shafts. He may have multiple ones. You never know. Alright. Dun, 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 dun. I think this brass is bent, so I got bent up with the other shit. So I'm gonna have to make a couple new ones. No biggie. Just gotta get some kind of mark on these and come down. More boring shit. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Yeah, alright. You barely see that shit. That's why I never get in front of one of those fucking things. To explode. Little shitbag just fucking blew up on me. You motherfucker. Alright. Here we go. And I'll just straighten you out. Nice little reamer. Reamer. Such a fun word to say. Alright. Boy, that fits the shaft alright. Okay. Yeah, that marker didn't work really well. But fucking I need a new blade. And cut that one. And I'm just going to do that thing right. Come on. And the bastardo wants to be tough. Nothing ever goes wrong. Can go wrong, will go wrong. FML and all that good happy horse shit. Mm-hmm. There's some cinnamon in there somewhere. Shit. There's a lot of the curve of a finger now. Oh yeah, need that little doodad, don't I? Where's that doodad at? And in fact, I'm gonna need one of these a little bit anyway to trim off the excess on the edges. Well, that didn't work out too well, did it? There we go. I don't know why, but these things are always such a bitch. Never had one of these things work well for me. It's always difficult to put on or take off. Little Dremel mandrels. One thing that works would be a spit on it. Yeah, I know. That's sounds like that. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, seriously. You give it a little lube. And you tend to slide on a little better like that, so do that. And we'll need this for trimming the ends off those brass. And we'll need this for cutting it. Come on. And there you go. Probably not a bad time to put on some safety glasses. Shout out to Nick for finding them. All right, so. You don't necessarily have to make 3 cuts like that, but usually going through it at that kind of high angle, it'll end up, like digging into the blade. So it's usually why I see that. Okay, these go in arms, and those go in arms, and arms go in arms, and happy, looking, and then we get the front of that together. All right. More Facebook notifications. Yay. So diff is ready. All these bolts need to go in the damn bin. So they're not in my way. And these all go in the same spot so they can go in there and everything else can bug off. Alright. Pins. Broken shit, O-rings, whatever. Alright. Don't need that right this second. That shit. Alright. Okay. Now, bits and pieces. Oh, there's one thing we need to figure out. We have a broken axle pin. Ooh, so that axle's all right. So we need to cut an axle pin. To do that, we need an out drive, so we'll know how big it is. And we need a piece of material for an axle pin. I'm pretty sure this is it. Yeah, this is what I got. So That's going to be it. So what you can do is take this and just line it up right on the end. As careful as you can. Put a nick in it. And cut it right there. Yet another reason we may need a good sander. So, alright. The transfer pin go over here, and what the hell happened to this thing? Oof, something dug into that. I'm careful, that pin is going to be hot. So, got quite a bit left over, so I need to trim that out. And one way to do it, you know, I should do this is I should get an old bearing race and stick it on there and like slot it or something for the other bolt so we can hold the one and still have access to the other. I know something like that'll work actually. So alright, so I'm pushing it through as far as I can go because the bearing's in the way. And just trim the excess off. Bitch. Alright, well, if I didn't have such a worn out freaking outdrive there, probably wouldn't have had that problem. But anyway, I think we're going to be alright here. If not, I can just sand it down just a hair. So, I don't even know if I can get this on and off this thing. Probably not. Yeah, it's pretty beat up. So, we'll use the one in the car to make the final judgment, but see if we can just push it. I'm surprised this thing's round with how hard it is to push on. Seriously, there's something really bad going on there. $100K, nice. Alright, yeah, I definitely can't put that in yet. Especially if they quit jumping around again, it's kind of freaky. Yeah, let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, it's damn close. I'll just sand it by hand, kind of flatten out the end. Yeah. No, can't really do that on that. Alright. Well, I'm done with this because I'm getting tired of doing this extra part. It's always how it is. Take something apart and find 19 other things you gotta fix. Yeah, it's still not gonna work. It's close though. Really, really close. So, shut up now. Get the hell in there, man. Really? Is it cocked or what? Seriously? So close. Like this much away. That's no fit. Alright. Yeah, I get tired of looking for those pins, so I just freaking make my own because that's the same diameter as outdrive pins. Alright, I already got the shocks built with the new mod. So, And they're on hundredweight, so they're a little bouncy, but stunt torque usually is. And I'm just going to slap this on here first. And I could put on one of the bulkheads, I guess. Not bulkhead, what do you call it? You know what I mean. So again, I need some bolts. Do those. Alright. You're addicted. There we go. And alright. Set the drill up. Yeah. Wrong side, dummy. Alright, so I can see there's another one of my usual mods you'll see is countersinking my body post and stuff. I think this thing looks cool. I'll even countersink these little bolts that I'm tightening now sometimes, but they don't look as cool, and really not a big fan of those little heads. Once you get under like a 2 mil, it's just hard to get with. Alright, so that's that. I could put this on, but I'm not going to right now because that was like a major problem, one of the major issues in the whole thing. So let's deal with that as we go with it. Make sure everything else is tip top before we get that far. I guess we could put this guy on with probably a bit of a longer bolt because that's pretty weak in the bolt department. Come on. I'm stripping shit down, I'm sure. Screw it. Got some material. Oh, is that shit bent? Yeah, there you go. Depends on if we'll go in or not, I guess. Alright, so. Yeah, I like to use the same length bolts when I can, but I got what I got. Every time to replace this thing, this GPM block. The only reason I use it is because it's got the extra holes that a lot of them don't. For the bumper to go through. Just a pain in the butt. So, all right, there we go. Bring on the truck. Bring out the truck. Gonna put this shit back here. There we go. Okay. So we have the truck. Let's see a spacer in the back of the center diff. Doesn't mean there's that one now. That's one good. Okay. All right. So let's just break to the chase here and get this fucker on there. Be done with it. And we can bolt that down. Have our foundation all set and happy. Come on, get on there. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to pretend I actually use these screws and put one of these in because they're so short that I don't really use shit that short, especially on a differential. Okay. But, well, you know what? These don't have much extra shit on them, so. Or, there's braces, bumpers, anything else these bolts have to go through. They just go right into the bulkhead. So maybe I am using bolts that short on this particular end of the vehicle. Can I just line back up now, please? How's going on here? Shh. All right, stupid. Cut that out. Oh shit. Anybody else realize I forgot to grease my differential? I'll just pull the front off, I guess. Yeah, that's definitely a lot of bolt going in there. I guess I'll stick with these. These for now. See how it is on the front side? Alright. Shit, I'm getting off course, huh? My bad. Things are getting freaky over here. Shit's moving around. Alright. So we're still got our front bulkhead here. No sleeves, which are probably gonna have to be trimmed and fixed. This is kind of a last ditch effort on these control arms. They are just really done, but I don't feel like changing them out just yet because that costs money and shit. And, not everybody's got money. Actually, these will probably just work the way they are. Maybe a slight trim on the end. Well, that one will anyway. Okay. Yeah, that's gotta be trimmed. Okie dokie. It's a little. Okay. Where did that fucker go? That's funny. It's just sitting right here. Okay. Well, no biggie. Get along without it. I just gotta get another one. Get that damn counter sunk so I can clean out the end of these holes. Well, I thought I had some more. Shit. I just lost it. Alright, well. Okay, no idea. Fuck it. Whatever, moving on. I'm trying to look for shit I can't find. So let's just see if we can just get the shit out of the ends. Alright, that's definitely fucking lowered out. Big time. Alright, those things aren't going to be fucking happy, so I'm going to try to make them as comfortable as possible. You know what I mean? But they won't last until the death of this front end. I'll make it all the way to the scene of the crash. Alright, so. Really? Triple flag on the city street. That thing's got some fucking mileage on it. That's for sure. Symbolized barcode ID. Just trying to get in there to hold that thing so I can bolts in it. As long as freaking bolts. Tore the front end off the other bulkhead. Good, man. Glad you got him down pat. That's really all there is to it, man. Alright. So there's that. Now we just got all the rest of this shit. I'm not going to change the links now after all that shit. Oh yeah, this axle's gotta go down together too. And top plate and all that shit. So let's bring this fucker up here where we can work on it, man. Work on it. Right about there, yeah. Okay. So yes. Oh, I need a freaking smoke break. Dying for a second. Yeah, actually, it has been a minute. Ooh. You tell me I got screw shit going on. And I think I see a torch in my future. Thank God. And goes the weasel, because the schmeasel goes poop. That's a pretty neat one, actually. Put that in there. This nut is probably almost done. There we go. Not the greatest fit. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that, but I really don't want to know. There's something in that thing was not juicing. There we go. Get in there, all the freaking way in there. Don't even start with me. You get. She's pulled up by like just 1/10 of a millimeter, damn it. Sorry, I'm gonna whack the camera there. Oh, gotcha. You son of a bitch! Okay. So, let's see if we need any shimmy here. Come on, I know. It actually feels pretty snug already. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I'm just going to use the right motherfucking wrench. Alright, so give me a break. I'm going to get that top link thing. See if I can pull stupid channels now. Hop out dashboard. I think that's where I can go to break, but I don't know how it works. Come on, mofos. Yeah, see, this is just taking way too long to upload or marker open. It's probably killing my live stream as we speak. Oh, what the hell? Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Mm. Hmm. Shit.
The show stop in the street tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Diablo 4 Marathon for the last marathon of September. We're calling the Diablo-thon. You guys gotta be there. Me and Japanese Bull are gonna go hard. The show stop in the street tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Diablo 4 Marathon for the last marathon of September. We're calling the Diablo-thon. You guys gotta
That was so fucked up. Well, you fucking can't. That's why I landed like that. Shit. Fucking alright, whatever. Back to the love child from hell. Oh, I see a bearing has ejected it somewhere. Oh, there it is. I should probably change it out anyway. So, servo's been working good since I got it back from the Mormons. No offense, people in Utah, but I do believe people are actually Mormons, not just because they're in Utah. What is steering bearing? Sorry, I didn't mean to elbow the camera like that. Here we go. All right. Come on, people. I'm live right now on YouTube. Can you call me in an hour? They're a damsel in distress. She needs her car looked at and doesn't trust anybody except for people who can recommend it like myself. Understandable. Depends what I do. Right, so we need some pretty long sockets here to go down through into that bottom plate that I think might have actually been missing before. Well, they weren't missing, or they weren't there when I took it apart. So, might have been missing the whole damn time. Let's see what we got here. I could just friggin' jack them up on size right away, but I think I'm going to hold off on that because I don't think there's enough plastic down there to deal with 3 on that hole. Yeah, in fact, not on this truck, but on the other truck, I 3 milled the entire center bearing just to make it stiff enough and work. All right. Well, you put screws in there. Make sure you're not going too far through. It might be hitting your rack. I've seen it happen. All right, so all this fun stuff. We got the eagle screw in the middle here. That's just going to need a nut, so it doesn't really matter. Get in there. Right. Yes. Okay. All right, so that's dealt with. Moving. Oh my God! Come on, people. Right. So there we go. Right, it's all the way through there. So just get on there with some forceps. Get up under it. Shouldn't be too hard. Famous last words. So there we go. Right. No, not quite. Right there. And there you go. I think I'm going. No, not quite. Here we go. Oh, I'm cross-threading, I think, because it's definitely getting hard to turn. Yeah, that's not on there straight. All right. Sorry, this is a particularly difficult little section to see here because this is just such a pain in the ass to do. But once you strip out those center braces, this is the only way you're going to get something to work right. So go with a long bolt and put a nut on the back of it. And it's doable. It's just a little bit of a bitch. On my usual rule. Oh! Right, and back the screw out until it clicks. And then you know you hit the first thread, which means you can go forward, which is what I just did, which is why it's working. So if you got a screw in a hole and you can't get it threaded straight, back it out and with a little pressure on it until you feel it kind of pop. You feel it pop, that's it setting the first thread. Once you got the first thread set, you're golden. So that's that. All right, so now we got that bolted down. We need our steering bolted down. And nope. As mentioned, backwards so it clicks. Just like that. Alright, so I'm going to saw the front end. Make sure your steering's not binding after you do that. If your steering is hard to turn after you tighten these up, you might need a shim underneath them, which I'm going to. So I'm guessing it's going to be the one on the left side. It always is. So what you can do is pop this up if you can. And get a shim underneath there. Just between the bearing. Come here. And the post. So lift it up enough to give you some room. So you can get that up off the, a little tricky, I guess. Things not being cooperational. Come on. Yeah. I need a much bigger tool. Okay, there we go. So we can just, I know you can't see, but I'm going to try to show you if I get it partially in there. All right, I'm going to have to do it with the forceps. So anyway, just take a washer that has the right outside diameter so that it's not going to like hit the bearing and shit. And you can just kind of nudge it in there if you can. I know you guys are seeing this, but I hope you're having a good time watching the show. There you go. And just like that. Slide that bad boy into there. If you get close, you can get a small Allen. You can go through the hole, line it up with the hole, just like that. And you just drop your screw in there, tighten her down, and you should be all good. And that's how you fix binding in a steering system. No clicky. What's going on here? I think my washer's not quite lined up. That would be correct. Yep. So, hey, come on. Okay, this thing is being a bit of a bastard now. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, well, I don't recommend tightening shit down like that, but it caught, and we have no bite anymore. So there you go. So we fix that. See, still no binding. Right. So that is how you fix binding in the front. Shit, that stupid ass little shim fell out, didn't it? Damn H&R shit. These H&R ends here, they have these stupid little balls in them that have like O-rings on them that just love to fucking fall out. So hopefully I've got something I can stick in there. I don't know why the hell I'm still using the thing, to tell you the truth. Because I don't want to buy anything else that's expensive, that's what it was. Not that I bought that one, but this will probably work. Yeah, it'd probably be looser and shit too. Well, what else here at the moment? Here's that. And that's kind of stricter there too, so that's great. Oh, gotta love it. Gotta fucking love it. Alright. Oops. Shit. Okay, come on, really? What the hell is going on here? It's kind of strange. Yeah, they are tape shit, but it's because the shim and all that shit. A lot of Loctite now. Alright. A little bit of economics. So. Yeah. Alright. Bulgings, right. That sounds like Alan Cowboy. On a motorcycle. Now what? Let me guess. I don't think that's that. What's that she say? Hold it. Maybe not. Let's see if he's watching stuff. Yeah, well, I'll figure it out sometime, dude. I ain't got time to fix everything. Like I said, it's just a test. The official one's not till tomorrow night. Fuck, I don't know. I gotta change one of the camera's fucking settings, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, fucking. Alright. Well, that was fucking depressing. I mean, really, did I fucking need to know that right now, dude? Like, I don't know. I guess my one camera's all fucked up. Fuck with it. Yeah, this fucking thing didn't work anyway. Alright. Mm-hmm. See. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably why. Yep. Okay. That better for you, bud? Hope so. Fuck it. Oh, shit. There we go. Alright. Ooh, my back camera is just sitting on the bed in front of it. My bad. Just should have turned it up a little. There we go. Let's just see kind of what's going on. Swapping the set screws over. I'm using the outside holes for these shocks for sure. Problem with the outside holes on everything, if you do this modification. And yeah, starting my other two screws in. I'm cranking on my drip strings. And of course my bumper. Let's see. These aren't that deep. Wow. Well, I'm not going to be using these screws, am I? Right. So I'm going to start hitting the front end. It should be fine. No, you got to say it. What's wrong with it? That's why it didn't fit, dummy. Okay. Right. Definitely gonna fix the droop. Alright. So, lately I've been putting O-rings in with the droop washers to get a little bit of squish that you can have and not shove it back through the arm, as they all like to do, as we know. I had an O-ring or two around here. Oh, there's one. Not much, but I guess I'll do. So, you shitbag. As always, on with your screws. Get in there. Right. That looks perfectly even, actually. Alright, let's get that done and then get the bumper on and howdy doody. Get some guys on here. See we need some extra screws for. Maybe. Get on there. I don't know why it's so hard to do around the other way. It's weird. Like, this doesn't want to work. Come on. Alright. So, yeah, screw it. I'm not really worried about it too much. Things aren't going anywhere. Gloves there. Just there to keep shit out of the ECU and probably water too, really. Alright, so here's that. Troop set. Shocks. Already built out with 100-weight. MTC pistons. No modification like my new shit. MTC pistons should take care of that on their own. I did have that setup on there, but I don't really think it was doing anything except hurting the original setup, to tell you the truth. No batteries already out. Oh, there it is. Some way down in there. Alright. Get on there, dude. What's that? Right. Fucking work, you piece of shit. Okay, why does this remote suck? Alright, fuck you, TV. Jesus Christ, dude. TV's more retarded than most people, I guess. So now, yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of pushback on the bottoms. Do the new setup. Hey, cool, man. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was lucky to get that stock Spectrum off of God damn it, Chad. Putting the spider, but now it's doing something weird with the servo. It keeps turning on and off. I think it's just a bad. Alright, here we go. Super ultra killer mount suspension mod. I just gotta probably bring the shocks up a little bit. I'm sure they're gonna be too much pressure on them. I don't need this thing raked out, anti-rake or whatever. So let's see, let's get it all set here, get the wheels on it, take a look at it, see what we're seeing. And we'll go from there. Yep. Alright. Oh, I do. Shit. And so those two in. Hey, here's another little trick. I know some are offset, but drill some holes in the bottom of your front bumper so you can get to your bulkhead screws without taking the bumper off. Makes tightening your shit up a lot easier. Angry hole. It happens. Alright, there she is. Bumper and everything. There we go. So, oh, wait, missing 2 screws on the nose. There we go. There we go. Now we're all good. Now I just got to set up the suspension because it's going to be here and there. I'm going to whack in the camera again. I suppose I should back it off now that we're kind of out of that phase of it. Oh, wrong way. There we go. Hitting shit. Okay. Alright, here's that. Bolt on some wheels and see where ride height's at. So I know what to do, because these are cut springs. They're full length. So we should have a different outcome probably before. Or from the crate anyway. Alright. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, well, they just did a test I saw on YouTube. Somebody did one anyway. Versus. You know what I mean? Oh, you. There you go. I don't know why everybody says it's so damn hard to put my wheels on. It's not hard at all. I don't take them off either. Well, a little bit. Not that bad. Alright. It was the ESCs. It was Power Hobby or Power, yeah, Hobby Wing versus Castle, 200-mile-an-hour test. Popped up on my stream. Didn't know if you've seen it or not. Oh boy. Yeah, it's gonna get fun. So sometimes they're open. Depends on if they're used or not. Might be able to get that. Sometimes you just gotta push it. And if any of these things get tight, they don't want to come off, the Loctite, I'll put a torch right to that nut for about 10 seconds, spin it right off. But it stays on there for the majority of the run. So, oh. Well, that is different, isn't it? Shit, right height's about perfect. I mean, it's Not too high in the front. Too high in the back. Got a little play in the back even. Front didn't. Yeah, I might actually just loosen it up a little bit. Ow. Yeah, that sucks. When shock collars fish you off. Yeah, that's better. What is all that slop there? Oh, bushings are fucking gone in the back end. Jesus. Oh, now I'll tough that body out too. Alright. One front drive. Not no more. Oh my god, that is so fucking loose. That's 500K. Well, I guess. Well, there it is. Center diff needs to be redone. Alright, well, that's it for day. Just saying, I'm not sure. But yeah, I had to run. I was that fixed Mike's problem with the camera. Anyway, yeah. Fuck, need some bushings back here, huh? That looks like loose. Okay. All right. Anyway, later, bro. Talk to you soon.